What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone, and we finally won a game. We did it. We actually did it. Unbelievable. I think a handful of people believe we could win today because there was absolutely no proof that we were gonna win that game. And actually, after that first half, I think nobody was sitting there and was like, "Yeah, we're gonna win this game," because it was more of the same basically. But we end up winning 2-0. Two goals, one from the player who's not good enough, Chiesa, that we need to sell, and the other one, apparently the most disgraceful player in recent memory, Vlahovic, was also not good enough, who we also need to sell. These two bombs win us the game. So that's what we're going to talk about. Before we do that, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification. We're getting close to 5K, and let's jump straight into it. Okay, like I said in my preview, the most important game is on Sunday for the future of this club, and I said this game somehow, some way, I didn't see us winning. I didn't, but I said it needs to be some sort of confidence boost, in my opinion, because it will be worse not finishing top four than not winning the Coppa Italia at this moment in time as a club. And I was like, whatever, just figure it out. And the game started off in the first half, and I said in my preview yesterday, I expect us to come out with some energy and go for it. And actually, in the first 10 minutes, I was like, okay. And you get that pen, it gets called back. Still no idea why, because I watched Inter yesterday, and after the Thuram goal, they explained they cannot call back something like that, but they did. And it gets deflated again, because it was a good start. You had the momentum. You actually were trying to be aggressive, all those things. And I was like, okay, that's what I was asking. At least if you're not gonna play cohesive like a team, at least show the passion, like some sort of belief. Just if it's pure, all these buzzwords, if it's just something you can grasp your hope on, or like put your hope on, pin your hope on. I'm like, do at least that. And it was until that pen, and then from the pen until the end of the half, it was nothing. It was poor. It was really poor. You had players like Rabiot stinking it out. You had Danilo a bit struggling. You had no real connection besides Cambiasso balling out. But there was frustration. Cambiasso against Vlahovic, Chiesa against Cambiasso, and you can see, oh, this is not going right. This is not going well. And second half starts, and I think, like we always try to do in the second half, you step it up, especially at home. And Cambiasso is unbelievable. And I said it at the start of the season, I wasn't convinced about him. There was a period of time where he was being benched, and he was actually playing really poorly in those games leading up to it. And I was like, man, you need to improve defensively. He improved, but offensively, he's become ridiculously good. He's actually unbelievable at times, unplayable. Because he powers through. He's good on the ball. He sees things. He makes the run, and that pass was beautiful. Yes, there was a lot of space, but still, the position and the spacing that he needed to make up, with that pass was so good. The weight of pass, everything, and I was like, wow. And Chiesa puts it away easily. Good finish. And like I said, you can doubt Chiesa. If you get him in space, he will finish the chances. If you ask him to beat a couple of players starting from his own half, he will be useless, excuse me, like Di Maria was useless last season. If you ask these players, try to beat a couple of players and make it happen, and nobody's really building up with you, because that was the issue in the first half. Again, so much space between the midfield and the attack, and it was like even the commentary was saying, man, the build-up is poor. You can see there are no patterns. You can see they're so far from each other that it's so difficult to actually box something together. And that's the issue, and that will remain the issue until the end of the season. But like I said, I don't care how you win games at this moment in time. You just need to find a way, and we found a way to win games. After that, it was much easier, because as you can see what confidence can do, and that's what I said, win this game, some sort of confidence going in these final games at the end of the season, because it's the same team, it's the same coach, it's everything, but with a little bit of confidence, they get a bit more quote unquote cocky, a bit more swagger basically, and it goes more at ease. And it was different to Atalanta when we took the lead because we were down. This time we took the lead and we kept the lead and we played well. In terms of you gave Lazio nothing besides in the first half, Perin making a mistake and the ball hit the crossbar, on top of the crossbar. Other than that, you did what you had to do and you did better because, again, Vlahovic, crap player, apparently, a disgraceful player, one of the most disgraceful players in recent memory, apparently, does it again. It's ridiculous how these players play when there's confidence and you get them in the decent areas without them needing to beat a couple of players and whatever, and actually fight for the most average chance. And that was a good finish. That was good from McKennie. Like, overall, the second half was much better. But again, the goal, the lead, that gives you confidence. That's what you need. And that's what you can see in that team because they start playing better. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't, oh my God, but it was much better because they actually believed in themselves. You had Danilo playing better in the second half. You had McKennie. He was very good today. Rabiot wasn't good at all. McKennie was extremely good, especially in that second half. You had Vlahovic. He played a brilliant game. Build up play, hold up play. Everything was spot on. Chiesa was good. Cambiasso was excellent today. Yildiz, that's the frustrating part. When he comes on, I cannot believe that he's sitting on the bench. I cannot believe that after that period where he was starting games, he's now limited to quote-unquote garbage time minutes. It's criminal that he's sitting on the bench most of the time in the last couple of weeks. That's a player you should be having on the pitch because you can see that's a player who can beat a couple of guys and still keep composure to pass to the right person, and it's frustrating that he's not playing. That's that. But it's pointless to complain about that today because we won. We finally won. And that's what we needed. Now for the Coppa Italia tie, 2-0. It's not a done deal. It's the final booked and delivered because we know how this team is, and you know how this team will react if they go down a goal, early, in 2 or 3 weeks' times at the Olimpico. But this is a big step forward. This is basically, you can actually not mess this up. This should be you in the final of the Coppa Italia. You should be going to the Olimpico in 3 weeks' time and see the game out. Just get one goal and see it out. That's what you need to do. So this is a big step, but I think mentally it should be a big step for this club, for some certain players and for the group because they finally won again. And it wasn't a fluky win like against Frosinone. It was actually a deserved win. Overall, 90 minutes, you didn't give anything away. You did enough to score maybe a few more goals, 1 goal more. And that's the most important thing. That's what you take away from it, finally. And you move on now. You move on because Sunday is even more important for the future of the club. That's key. But today, you take the win and you move. You move. Because I maybe enjoy it a little bit because it's been depressing the last couple of weeks. So that's that. Let me know in the comments what you think. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Let's push to 100 likes. And I will see you guys tomorrow live. Ciao.